Welcome to Botanical Trails Through the Juniper Forest. I'm your host, Brian Heater. Each week, I'll have a different guest join me to explore a pair of interesting gins. We'll chat a little bit about the gin and the distilleries, throw in a bit of trivia, hopefully laugh a bit, and then we'll go off the beaten path. Although I say that this is a podcast about gin, really this is just an excuse for me to spend time with my friends. But that'll just be our secret. Okay, let's start exploring.
Welcome back to our second episode of Toe Squished Grapes, the cousin Eddie of the top hit podcast Botanical Trails Through the Juniper Forest. I'm your co-host, Molly Murray.
And I'm Kelly Metzger.
Joining us as our first repeat guest is Brian Heater.
Thanks for having me back. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad that you came back.
Me too.
May I ask what the feedback was on our prior one that you were on?
Oh my God.
Did we have a lot of downloads?
I checked today. You guys were at 55 downloads.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm really impressed with that.
Yes, but the thing that made me super happy was, one, not only was a hit, I did get one positive feedback in person from someone.
Ooh.
But second, they also didn't say they're much better at hosting than you are. So not only was it popular, but it didn't make me feel like I had to quit.
All right, well, we'll take it.
My day job.
And not popular enough that we got invited back, so...
Right.
For sure. Well, this is going to be like a thing if you guys want to go into season 2, but we can talk about that later. But
yeah,
we're thrilled to have you back.
And I was going to see, because I thought we could branch out on guests and maybe we could have Jim back because his are really funny. But then I realized that we need Brian's recording equipment and he had promised cookies today. So I was like, no, Brian will work. So thank you. We're so happy to have you today.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me back. And it is on, so I didn't do it right.
Oh, good. Because we have no idea how to work this equipment. So.
That's
exactly.
Okay. I barely do, so we're fine.
Out.
All right, so we have... Molly put me in charge of the wine today, which I thought was a great delegation.
Thank you.
Because she's been really busy, and so have I. But I said, I'll just walk in the basement, see what I can find. So I pulled out a couple of things. So I was actually really excited about this because I know that you guys both really prefer red and tend to lean towards Cabernet.
California Cabernets,
yes, we talked about this last time.
But that's
well, okay, we're branching out. So what I thought is I'm going to pick two things that neither one of you would probably get off the shelf, but I'm hopeful based on what I know about each of you that you will like it.
Okay.
And I wanted to throw a little curveball, and we're going to do a white.
I love it.
Because
although, I will say, did you see, I don't know if you saw it because you were putting the wines down, but his eyebrows were not a fan of the white.
That's not true.
Oh, no, it's true.
No, my eyebrow went up because, look, my shirt matches the two wines from tonight.
Oh, look at you. Yes, he has a red and white.
I see. That's true. But you looked like you were, we'll say those were his skeptical eyebrows.
I would agree. Molly told me, she goes, Brian only likes red. And I said, absolutely, which is why I'm bringing a white.
Now, you're pretty open to trying a white.
I am. And when I was with Jim in France, he introduced me to a couple whites that weren't too bad.
Yeah. Okay. So. Well, the only way you are ever going to know if you like it is if you try it.
Let's try it.
But I do want to say, because, they can't see us, although we can see each other, we're doing a blind tasting. So Molly and Brian have no idea what this is. So I'm curious to see their reaction.
And I didn't cheat, but I did smell it.
That's fine.
Right? And it smells good.
You know what? You're learning from last time. You're supposed to smell it.
Happy holidays.
It smells white.
It smells so good.
What does white smell like, Brian?
Slightly plain.
10 out of 10. I'd buy a bottle of this.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because it reminds me, I don't know what it is. It reminds me of a Pinot Grigio, a Pinot Gris, which my understanding is slightly sweeter than a Pinot Grigio. I don't know if that's right. Or a Sauv Blanc, but it's a little too sweet for a Sauv Blanc. That's my guesses.
Okay. Brian?
If I had to guess, I would have guessed a Sauv Blanc. Because, not blank, sorry. I was thinking white again.
Yeah,
okay. Sauv Blanc. Because, to me, it's not overly sweet, and that's what I tend to not enjoy about the whites, is that they're, too sweet on my
I'm with you.
limited palate, I would say. Mm-hmm. So, my guess is something along the lines of what I said before.
Okay, but did you like it?
I would drink this.
Okay.
Yes.
Like if it was free and somebody handed it to you. And
Yeah, like if Kelly's like, hey.
It wasn't like a plant.
If Kelly was like, come on over tonight, let's have some wine out on the deck, and she served this, like, I wouldn't be like, oh, do you have any gin? Like, I'd be like, okay,
Kelly, that's a win.
I think that's a win.
Take it.
And I am shocked that Molly gave it a 10 out of 10.
So I do like whites, but I like Pinot Grigios and Sauv Blancs. I don't like Rieslings. Moscato is too sweet for me, and I maybe this is a misconception, but I feel like Chardonnays are too dry. So Renee always likes a Chardonnay, and I'm always like, ugh.
So okay, that could be another episode.
Okay,
but I tend to be like you, like I love Sauvignon Blanc. I do actually like some Chardonnay, but it's actually not. You're probably thinking a California Chardonnay.
It depends on the region. I heard that last time.
Different, exactly.
Depends on the region.
And aren't those buttery?
They can be.
That was good job.
Yes, they can be. Really so, anyhow, this is actually a wine from the Rheinhessen region in Germany, and the grape is Grauburgunder, which is a Pinot Gris.
Oh, I called it. Okay,
so,
you have to admit, that was amazing.
Molly, that was really good.
I may have sailed by this vineyard.
Maybe you would
because I went right through that region on that
here's the bottle.
Jewel
is the house, I guess.
Yeah.
It's from that's the name of the producer, and Julian Eller Wien. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. I don't know any German, even though my last name is Metzger.
I'm gonna need a little more.
Yeah,
I don't know it, but anyhow,
that was your assumed name. Like that's not your.
That's true.
It's not your maiden.
That's my married name, yes. Correct. And so this is essentially it's a German Pinot Gris. And what you'll get out of that is they tend to be light, dry, a little more acidic. You're gonna get notes of like pear, melon, a little mineral, a little bit of honey. So kind of that what you're saying is sweet, not overly sweet because you get some mineral, but it's a crowd pleaser wine.
I like it.
It plays to a lot of palates. It's pretty easy to drink.
So they
it's. I don't remember how much I paid for that one, to be honest, but it's probably relatively affordable. It's not something super high end that I would say this is a special occasion bottle of wine.
Yeah. So on our trip in the Rhine region, it's a lot of whites that they do. We actually did like an add-on tour to go for a wine tasting, and everything they gave us was a white.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And they're branching out slowly, like into reds in that region. A few varieties like sort of do well there that, of course, I can't remember off the top of my head, but whites are like the go-to like in that area. And it's super interesting because at least like for the vineyards that are right off the Rhine River, it's like this super steep vertical like terraced vineyards. So like the workers have to wear like boots basically like you would use for mountain climbing that have like
the little
like
the
big
things on them,
like not like sort of like a cleat, but
spikes to go on them.
Yes, thank you, spikes. So they like some of the grades are like I can't remember like 40, 50, like so they don't topple over.
Oh wow,
it's crazy. Yeah,
wow, that is crazy.
So I brought along, my manual, the Wine for Normal People book by Elizabeth Schneider. So I have to call that out because
is this the same one that you had last time?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, that's what I thought. But I'm just making sure you didn't have two different.
Nope, same book. And so the region, what she says about the region is that it is vast and flat in Germany's biggest wine region in terms of vineyard area, but it churns out copious amounts of wine, quote from her. So it's a gamble in terms of quality. So research anything before you buy it from there because they probably churn out some like lower end stuff, but good to know, there's a ton of weight coming out of that region.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that I looked back in my personal wine notes and I had this back in December of 2020 was I think the last time. So I haven't had this in a long time. Right. I don't really remember what it tasted like.
Well, you don't really remember most of the pandemic.
Most of 2020,
a lot, I think,
especially the second half is very much of a blur. Yes.
Do you keep notes on like most of the wines you drink so you know like what? Do you keep notes or do you have like an app?
I have an app that I use. I used to keep notes, so I have some old notes. But I think when you start drinking more wine and you start paying attention to the regions and the grapes, and you start to just figure out a little bit of what you like, and it becomes easier to select wine rather than saying, like, I'd like a Napa Valley Cabernet.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I dog that all the time. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
But it's terrible.
I do like this. I will caveat it by saying 10 out of 10 for a glass, or maybe, 2, since I just topped myself off with it. But I don't think I could drink it for the long haul because it is sweet to me. But like a nice, cool, crisp glass of this, perfect, hit the spot. And it reminds me when we went up north. There's the Leelanau Peninsula and the other one that's up there in Traverse City, and there's all the wineries.
Mission Point.
Yes. And so when we were doing a tasting to all of them, you start with, it's a lot of whites up there as well, not a lot of reds offered. And so you'd have one and go, oh, that was good. Pinot Gris. Okay. All right. And then you go to the next one. Then another one. Okay. And it gets a little old quickly. And so when we found a red, it was like a unicorn of up north, because they just don't make, I guess the red grapes don't grow as well up there, is my understanding.
Yes.
So, but very delicious. I like it.
Good. So funny story about Riesling. Up until about an hour and a half ago, I actually thought I was bringing a Riesling tonight.
Oh,
because
wow, that's funny.
People don't like, especially Michigan people, they associate Riesling with like Northern Michigan Riesling, which is very specific. And I did too. I was guilty of it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, Riesling, I don't want that. Gross. It's sweet. It's not my thing. Yeah. It's just, who drinks that? Plenty of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, lots of people.
But
you just offended like half of the listeners. Like
that's
2
fine.
or 4 people.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. Remember, wine is subjective.
As long as you don't slam Moscato, Mom will still listen.
Wine is subjective. It's whatever you personally like. Yeah. Although, I mean, I'm sure there's some like actually bad wine, but anyhow, it's what you like. So I was going to bring a Riesling because I'm like, neither one of you would pull that off of a shelf. Because I didn't until the wine person we work with was like, try this. And it completely changed my perspective on Riesling. You have to get, German Riesling, specific region, all that, very good. But it wasn't a Riesling that I grabbed. It was that.
I like it.
So anyhow,
that was a win.
So when you grabbed this, you initially thought it was a Riesling?
At first I thought I was grabbing a Riesling, and then I realized I wasn't. So quick change of plans.
I like it.
I'm glad it worked out. Mm-hmm. So next time, maybe we'll do a Riesling.
We'll do the Riesling. Yeah.
All right. Nice.
But good Rieslings can be quite expensive, so.
Oh. They're kind of outside my budget of boxed wines.
Probably.
Maybe we'll do one time, if we're like getting a series here, a variety of boxed wines, and we'll do some taste testing that way, for those of us who are more economical.
What we could do.
Just don't tell Cal.
Yeah.
Say you're doing a tasting.
Kelly appreciates an economical,
I do. Everyone's got a different wine budget, and that's totally fine, because you can get some really good quality wines for
in college money. $10. Boone's Farm.
I don't think that's is that wine? Is that actually wine?
I don't think so. I think it's fruit juice that's been fermented.
Yeah.
To make you feel high. Or
I've
been hungover and I haven't even drank anything. That's how I feel like.
That's how you feel with the Boone's Farm.
That's how I feel with the Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you like it. It's getting a little bit warm. I don't know if it was quite cold enough when we drank it.
I thought it
seemed cold to me when I drank it.
It had to travel, so I had to get
it was cold, I thought.
And all of that.
It's also almost winter here, so.
That's true. I don't know that I would always choose this as like a winter wine, but gosh, if you're sitting out on the deck in the summer, that's what I would call a small bottle, which means you drink it really fast.
So if I had known that you were bringing this and I had enough advance notice, one of the things, it's almost Christmas time. This is we didn't really mention it, but our holiday season, right?
It's the season finale, actually.
Oh, wow.
It's the season finale, and it's got a holiday,
What a surprise.
I know. I didn't tell you guys, so I didn't want to put pressure.
Gin, but okay, I'm glad you didn't tell us, because that is a lot of pressure. But in my Facebook feed, all these things are coming up that say, like, 50 gifts to get for someone you don't know what to get for, or coolest gifts or inventions, that you should buy for. So I was like, oh, maybe there's something unique in there. And so one of the things was, which Kelly probably owns this, but it's like, as I'm saying this.
Is it my book?
It's the Wine for Normal People book. You have it. Oh, shit. Sorry.
I knew it. I was like, is it the book that I love so much?
No, it's and I don't remember what the name of it, Kelly, you'll know, but like the thing that you put at the end of the bottle so that you pour it and it kind of aerates. I guess it's an aerator.
It's an aerator, isn't it?
Sorry, that was a stupid thing to say. Okay, so it's an aerator at the end, but what it is a long metal tube that you just freeze for an hour, and then when you put it in it goes into the wine bottle to keep the white wines chilled.
Oh, but not adding any water.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I thought that was really creative, because if we had that, we could have put it in there. We could have had chilled wine for the next 25 minutes. Well,
we'll just have to
17
drink
minutes
faster.
But
I
yeah,
guess.
exactly. So
Okay, so
I thought that was a cool gift.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea
Yeah.
because I don't know, gosh, shopping for people is hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
I would always say go with a shoebox full of 20s. Like, no one ever doesn't like that gift.
Is that what I'm
That's
getting?
great. Is that what I'm getting?
I'm just saying it's a good gift if you can ever get that.
That means yes.
That means yes.
He didn't want to ruin
can't wait.
it.
Oh, so Brian, would you drink that again?
Yes, I would drink it again. I would, yes.
Yeah.
If you had to, or you would choose to?
If it was served to me, I would be like, oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, no problem.
That's good.
Would I
That
go,
is good.
Would
I
I go
think that's
buy
okay.
it? I don't know that I would go buy it. But that's just me.
That's fine.
But would I have any issues with this being served to me? None that I can think of at all.
I just want your listeners to know are there 8 now?
I mean, you guys had 55 downloads.
Well, we
so
did,
there's more
but
than
did
eight.
11 people download it 5 times?
Okay.
It was a
It
good
doesn't matter.
episode.
You know what? It
though.
doesn't matter. We have expanded the audience. I think that's a win.
Yeah, that's
but
People
whoever's
were
out there,
excited when they saw that it was one.
I just want to know
Really?
that Brian finished his entire glass that I poured him.
I'm also
And
dehydrated.
I poured him
went for a
another
long-
glass.
Oh, wow.
So he's finished 2 glasses
Okay.
of it.
But I was also dehydrated. I went for a long walk today.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
gotta
So
replenish.
this is the holiday episode. We've talked a little about gifts, and I'm curious if you have any thoughts on what, I can get for people. Any good gifts?
So I have a funny.
Not a shoebox of 20s because I can't afford that. I can afford a 120.
The shoebox of 20
Just
should just
one.
be for mine.
$20 or less. No, I'm just kidding. For yours.
Oh yeah,
what is the budget?
Okay, let's say $50. What would you
That's a
get
pretty
for
good budget.
somebody?
Well, who's
Who's
the
the
person?
somebody?
Okay, so the persona, we'll
Yeah.
say, right, is somebody who could buy something if they wanted to. If they had an extra $50 and they wanted to go buy something, they could just go buy it for themselves. Right. So, yeah. So it's hard to buy. Like, you could go, Brian, and buy something that you wanted for less than $50 and be like, oh, I really wanted this book or this whatever. But let's say it's a gift.
Yeah, but who am I buying the gift for? That
Just a
depends.
person, a friend. We'll say a friend.
A friend that could buy anything in that price range they
Kelly.
wanted.
Let's say you were going to buy Kelly a gift for $50 or less.
Oof, I'm buying Kelly a gift for
Yeah.
$50.
She's tough too. I'm just gonna say, like, I think you'd be tough to buy for her. You can't go with the standard candle.
I do like candles. Here's a fun fact about me, which is not why anyone's listening to this, but surprise. The only candles I have come from gifts. I don't buy them for myself.
Okay, but do you like the smell when other people buy them for you, or are you picky about your smells?
So far, it's worked out well.
Okay. Because, like, my sister-in-law everything has to be like a sugar cookie or cinnamon.
Oh, no.
And gingerbread. And I'm like, ugh, it's too
No.
much. I need something clean and lemony.
Yeah, I like
Linen
that.
scent. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Something light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I had to buy Kelly a gift,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to go slightly over budget, but not by much.
Because
you guys think I'm your fancy friend, which is hilarious.
No, it's because the gift, but I want you to get the full experience out of the gift. So, if you were to go back and listen to the first episode that Molly was on when she came out and had gins, I would get you the Alchemist, which is a gin from Spain that is only distilled when it's a full moon. And I would get you the Mediterranean tonic. And then I think it was a lime is what we served it with. And that is what I would give you. And I think you would very much enjoy
delicious.
that gin.
I would say that was delicious.
Love that. I would love that because I personally, and this would be my recommendation too, if I was thinking about the gift for someone, I love consumable or experience.
Oh yeah, so I'm experiences.
Yeah,
that's what
I love
people.
experiences, and I love something that's consumable because I get overwhelmed with too much stuff.
Yeah,
and so there's not a lot of things that I want. I have everything that I need.
Right.
And so
And if
yeah,
I'm getting
I love that
something
idea.
for Miles, I'd get her tickets to like a play or David
Yes.
Sedaris or something like that because he's coming back to DeVos.
Which is funny because that's Brian's favorite comedian, not Molly's favorite comedian. But
It's
not
an
a comedian.
experience for
right.
everyone.
that's true. You're right. But
But that'd be more than $50 probably.
that's true.
Yeah,
But
so it'd be like a civic play put on by
There you
high
go.
school kids, and you're paying for a car wash.
I would gift free tickets to the high school play.
there you go. That's great. I love that. That's great. So I'm with you though on the experience. I think that's what I tend to go toward. Is it? And of course, yeah, like you can't, if the budget's $50, but like Dr. Grins is a comedian. I mean, they don't exist anymore, right? Because the Bob.
I I don't know.
No, actually, I thought they were open.
Are they?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought they were.
Okay, I don't know, but like comedians, local musicals or plays, like cooking classes, although that'd be more expensive.
That's a great idea.
But like those kind of things where you can spend time with people, I think would be my go-to as well.
So is that your love language then? Is acts of service?
You know what's
and quality
interesting
time?
is my love languages have changed since I got married 20 years ago. Like,
Interesting.
they changed. So I've actually been recently thinking I should take that again, because now I do think they're acts of service. But I think more in terms of like anything that someone can take off my plate so that I don't have to is my love language.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Wine, love, language,
Yeah,
I mean,
wine
get
or
Molly an
acts of
assistant.
service.
Get Molly an assistant at work. That would be
If
like
you
a home
can get
run.
me an assistant, just a wife, that would be lovely. That'd be great. Can you get me a wife? Yes.
I'm sure we could find one.
Great.
it
Would
be
you
a
like
husband?
to be my wife?
I have
We
enough
would-
on my plate.
Couldn't
we
it
would-
be a husband? Why does it have to be a wife?
That's a very stereotypical thing
Yeah.
to say, but yes, I do think if it was the right husband, yes.
Yeah.
But Kelly and I think we could probably co-parent very well. You know? I'm just saying, if Steve and Nate don't, if they don't, mind their P's and Q's, we can just reevaluate. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
know?
that's it. Yeah, well.
Yeah. 6 of us, like, we'd be like the Brady Bunch. There's 6 kids.
Yeah, except it'd be.
I was like, wait,
It
don't you
wouldn't be
already
3 and
have
3.
6 kids? Wouldn't
Well,
we have
it
8?
wouldn't be
Wait,
3
I'm
and 3,
confused.
right? It wouldn't be 3 and 3, but
Well, if you're
mine
counting
are
your spouses and
older.
kids, you're right.
I don't know.
So they're less needy,
Steve's
but-
been on good behavior, so he's
All right, well.
pretty great. But I have. It's funny you say that because I read some article or something, right? It was probably not an article. It was probably like a reel on Instagram. I'm making it sound
Okay.
better than it was. And it was like, 2 single women like merged their houses
Yeah.
together, and they were like, screw it. This is what we're going to do
Yep.
because we've got kids and we got to
Yep.
figure this out. So, hey, families can look
That's right. Families can be
Anyway.
different, right?
And
Yeah.
we're still talking about wine somehow. This is what
yeah.
happens when
Yeah,
you're
I don't
drinking
know.
wine and talking, right?
I'm not sad about anything that's happening right now. I'm just going to say Brian put out cheese and crackers to go with the wine.
And homemade cookies.
May or may not have made homemade cookies.
No, I did.
Like,
You should try them. They're
So I
I
want to
will.
know who you're buying for.
Yeah.
Or who you're stuck
It
buying
was just
for.
a generic question. I mean,
So I've got a funny story to go with like a very usable, inexpensive gift that I
Okay, great.
really didn't think I would like. But
Yeah.
so years ago, Jen got me, and it's right over there. It's called the Music Hat, and it's just like a stocking cap. But there's 2 little speakers that go over your ears, but they're really small. It's
That's
just
odd.
under those gloves right there.
Yep.
You can show Kel.
oh, okay.
Did you wear that on your walk earlier when you got so dehydrated?
Yes.
Music
So
hat.
I was
All
out.
right,
I was
all
out
right.
on my walk today.
That's pretty cool.
But then the phone rings because I listen to podcasts when I'm out walking. 'cause
Your
I
own
like-
podcast?
No,
Is that
not
how
mine.
there's 55 downloads?
Probably.
He
It's
just
Brian.
keeps listening to his own podcast.
No, I listen to others to find stuff I can steal.
Oh,
And I'm like,
okay.
if I'm not well known enough, can I tell that joke? That's a good bit. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm out for a walk, and it's Jim.
Okay.
I'm like, well, why is Jim calling me? He should be at work.
Wait,
And
did
he's-
it come in your hat and say Jim is
Well,
calling?
no, it didn't. It wasn't like, see, it was like 415. What? And I was
Okay,
like,
it
oh,
says
is that
Jim.
Jim?
Right.
And I look, and it was Jim, and then I like answered it, and I wasn't sure how it worked through the thing, but
Sure.
like, it stopped the
Did it work?
podcast. No, and I had to
Oh.
put the phone up. And anyhow, we're talking. He ends up being home because he's having like sciatica issues. He's been out of work for like 2 days, and he was calling it, and I was like, but I was explaining to him. I'm like, oh, hey, I was like, hey, can you hear me okay? And he's like, yeah, why? I'm like, oh, I got this hat, and it's got these little speakers, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And he was just like, you may have just achieved a level of dorkdom that I didn't realize was available. And then he goes, but that's not what I'm calling for. Can I have Molly's number? And I was
he
like,
has my number.
and I was like, why does he need my? And he's like, well, you need an intervention. And Jim's impression was that I basically had a boombox strapped to my head.
That's amazing.
I love it.
So when I got home, I like shot a picture, and I'm like,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
what I actually look like.
Right, it's just
And
me.
he's like, oh, it's okay. That's not as bad as like what I thought it would
I would
be.
like to see you, though,
So,
with a boombox walking down the street on your walk.
maybe.
A little
I
say
need a lot
anything
of- I
moment?
need a lot-
Yes. Yeah. Where's my money?
No, that's better off dead.
Sorry.
Same
Yeah.
actor, but 2 different
Yeah,
movies.
okay.
Yes. And that's also a great holiday movie. Better off
Is
dead.
it?
It's set around like...
I don't know that I've seen that.
Oh my God,
in,
it is
like,
so funny.
Okay, back.
Jen had never seen it, and we watched it like a year or 2 ago, and she just like
I don't know that I've ever seen that one.
Yeah,
Oh, it's-
you might have to remind me.
it is
of that
classic.
later. John Cusack.
John Cusack.
John
yeah.
Cusack. Did we have, was that our holiday trivia? Was
No,
the
we actually
question?
have real trivia,
Oh,
and that's actually
okay.
a good point. But I was just gonna say real quick, sciatica, like ouch. But also,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he's doing better, which is good.
but you know what that stems from? Really, is a pain in the ass. So that kind of summarizes Jim.
Did the
Just a little
sciatica
bit.
start before or after he learned about your dorky helmet?
Your boomba.
I'm sorry,
Helmet.
your hat.
He was gone.
Jim, I'm with you. I'm picturing like a helmet, like a safety helmet with
speakers.
It was not that like at all. It looks basically just like a little like hat you put on in the winter.
like a stocking cap,
Yes, exactly. You just saw
but
it.
it's hard shell.
You just saw it. It is not. It's normal.
It's like a construction hat, but with like two speakers instead of beer. What do you call those?
Oh, the
Like
beer cans.
A beer cans.
right?
Yeah, it's the speakers instead. Yeah, super
Maybe he needs
classy.
the one with the beer cans, but he can put water in there so he's not so dehydrated.
not so
when he gets
dehydrated.
That's
it.
true.
Maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, so the way we're gonna do trivia.
Do you guys want more wine?
Maybe just a splash.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want.
While we do the trivia?
Yeah, while we do trivia, and then
Might help.
and then we'll get to the next one.
This is definitely a crowd pleaser because this is the first time in the 2 episodes that we've gone back to pour.
Oh, that's not true.
No, the
Go back and
first
listen to the last
one-
episode. You can't hear half the podcast
Because we keep
Because I
wine.
kept pouring wine. That's
Okay,
probably true.
fair.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to do trivia, right, with where we don't have like a card because if I look them up, I know the answers. So I found, 50 fun Christmas trivia questions.
Are we
for
doing
family
all
gatherings.
50?
Yes.
Buckle up.
We are not
Buckle
doing
up,
listeners.
people.
We're doing all 50.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do it. But what we're gonna do is like I'm gonna ask Brian one right now. Brian's gonna ask Kelly, and then Kelly will ask me. So
Do you want me to keep score?
I think we'll be able to just do it. You don't need like a pen and paper.
Because I have a-
This is like Merry Christmas. It's a 3-hour episode.
But it's,
You're welcome.
But it's interactive. People can like shout the answers.
Oh wait, are you asking it
Which-
to him or to me?
I'm
She's
gonna
going to
ask
ask
it to
me.
Brian.
I'm going to ask you. You're going to
But
ask her.
you
It's just going to
can.
go.
Brian can phone a friend because that's what was it? No, it was.
No,
was
Jim.
it Place? No, it's
No,
Jim. Jim.
Jim.
Yeah. Okay. Phone his niece.
Kuiper's tried it the first time. I wanted to write to voicemail.
Okay.
I told him it would.
Right,
But Jim's
well.
niece did answer.
Okay.
And then,
I just want you to know I finished Amy's podcast and I got the second trivia question.
Nice.
That you also got. Okay. So I'm going to scroll with my, because there's 50. And then you're going to say stop. And that's the one I'm going to ask you.
Why don't you just shout out
Go
a
ahead.
number?
Do it.
9.
Okay. Well, I just stopped. Okay. They're not labeled. That's why. They're not labeled
Oh,
numbers.
well,
So
that's
I
helpful.
stopped. Okay. So I'm going to ask you.
Where'd you pull this off of? Worst trivia questions?
Google.com. Okay. Ooh, this is a hard one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What is Ralphie's little brother's name in the movie A Christmas Story?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, why doesn't
It's
everyone know this? I
it's
used to watch
the
this
kid
for
who falls down and can't
24
get out
hours.
because the stuff is. It's
Yeah.
Ralphie and
And I will give you a hint when you're ready if you want one.
What does it start with?
That was the hint.
I know.
Submit it.
Okay.
Do you want the hint?
just give me a second.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
this is really gonna.
I mean,
bother
this is
me.
live.
Like, I know that movie. I know.
Do you want your thinking cap?
Yeah.
It's not. I hate the both of you right now.
We should take, when we do the picture for the Instagram post, we should put the hat on
We should
Brian.
absolutely use the hat.
We're totally not doing that.
No,
now
we're
that I
definitely doing that.
Okay.
It
Yeah. Just
starts with an R. Do you know this guy?
I
it's
should
Ralphie
because I've seen that
and-
movie 1,000 times.
Ralphie and his little brother,
Ryan. I don't know.
Oh.
It's not. No, it's not Ryan.
I know,
It's,
but that's the first thing that
I'll
came
say
to
it's
mind.
a, what I
another-
would consider an old-fashioned name. You won't get it.
It's Ryan.
Roy.
No, it's not. Oh.
I think
That's
Roy.
actually a good
That's a
guess.
good one.
I think that's an old.
But I don't think
old-
That's like the name
Roy.
of a bully, though. It's like that bully name is maybe Roy. Just kidding. I don't know what it was. Okay.
Rochester. That's an old R name.
Okay. Do you remember that the mom is going, Randy, stop eating your potatoes like
But
a
it-
little piggy,
But
whatever
it,
it is.
it might be Randy.
It is Randy.
Is that
Good job.
right?
Okay. All right. So
Or
you
Rochester.
were. So I'm sorry. Who was keeping score? Kel? Was it Brian?
I don't know.
No,
I'm completely
you said
lost.
we were not keeping score.
I thought we were doing
Okay.
50
you said
questions.
no.
Okay, your turn. So you're gonna scroll and you're gonna ask Kelly until she's gonna say stop. You can't like look and pick.
Stop.
Oh, all right.
You kept scrolling.
Because there's an ad. I had to get to the question.
Okay, fair. So
Okay.
make sure you're not cheating over there.
Why would I cheat? I don't even know what these questions are.
I don't either.
She
Yeah.
just handed me this.
Okay.
Okay. In the song Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman?
Which one is Winter Wonderland?
I don't know. All I do is walking in a winter wonderland.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
is that
that's
it?
In the meadow, we could build a snowman.
Oh,
And his name is?
And his
and the name is. Do you know it? I know it.
Carson Blue.
Brown.
Oh,
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes. And his
No,
name,
it
and
is
his name
Parson
is
Brown.
Parson.
so close though.
So close.
I was gonna say Carson too.
Okay.
Not Carson Blue. It's Parson Brown. We were though like really.
It
Close.
was really
That
close.
was really good.
Wow.
Good job. Way to know the song.
Okay.
Now you gotta tell her when.
Okay.
Last piece of trivia.
Yep.
Sorry, I got cheese in my mouth. Go ahead. Oh, stop. Sorry, friend. I was supposed to say stop.
It went to the beginning, so we're gonna do the first question.
Okay. Sure.
If I can find it.
Yeah, there's a lot of ads that come up.
What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny red nose?
Play reindeer games. Was that right?
Join in.
And,
So
and
yes.
when they join, what
Sorry.
do they do?
we don't know.
They
We don't know.
play.
essentially. So
There
they
was
say.
some of our holiday trivia. I like those. Those are good. I think they'd be good questions for, a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, 50 best elf jokes.
Oh.
I want to be a
Just take
dentist.
it real quick.
That's always the
Here.
punchline.
I want to be a dentist. Is that from Elf?
No, it's
No,
from the little
that's
elf
from
from
the-
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Yeah,
Reindeer.
from Rudolph the Red-Nosed
I haven't
Reindeer.
seen that in a long time.
Obviously.
Like decades. So, all right.
How's that possible? You have children.
Yeah, but they don't watch that. They watch TikTok. I don't think that that's on TikTok.
Probably not.
They're missing out, man.
Actually, I take that back. Shamira and Sky do like horror films, so they've probably watched like Violent Night or something weird like that.
Well, that's totally depressing.
Yikes.
All right, so
All right.
we are wrapping up our segment 1. We're going to take a quick break, but you all will not realize it because Brian will go, "We'll be right back." And then he'll go, "And we're back."
We'll be right back. And we're back.
All right. So the white was a success. I think we
thought
could
so.
all say that was good. Brian's already eyeballing it in case he doesn't like what's in front of us. He's like, well, I can finish it off.
I still take that as a win. Although, no, I
It's
think
pretty
he's
good.
like really excited about a red.
Okay,
because-
so yes, there's a red in front of us. I think Brian's secretly or not so secretly hoping it's a Barbera because you introduced him to that last time. Big
And then
success.
I randomly found it
And
up at
now-
Torch Lake this summer, and my family liked it. It was a
All
big
right,
hit.
See?
Yeah, it was good.
And now you know.
That's why
because
you're our sophisticated friend.
If you know that you like a Barbera from a region, then you can
There
find
you go.
that. Even if it's not the same exact bottle or
Yeah.
producer that I brought, you'll know that most likely you would like it. There'll be some differences, but
Right.
Yeah, no, there was another Barbera, but I'm like, that's not the same bottle.
That's not the same one.
that Via Sprina has a cool bottle. So anyhow.
Okay, I love it. So we have another red. So Kelly,
So
tell
we
us
have another red.
Yep,
No, we have a red.
a red
Because
You're
we
right.
just did a white.
Correct.
Okay, so this is something that, again, we're blind tasting.
I'm gonna smell it.
So I'd like for you guys to, do the thing. Swirl, sniff, taste. Taste again. Always
Smells
take 2
red to me.
sips.
Definitely smells red.
It's the other color.
It definitely does not smell white.
Oh, we're supposed to taste it?
Yeah, you can taste it now. I feel like there's a little pressure because I got the Pinot Gris right.
I had no idea.
So let's start with, do you like it?
Yes,
What do you like about it?
it's wine.
That is a great answer.
Thank you. Okay.
No, this is, well, this isn't going to help anything, but this is interesting. Like, it's,
Tell me more.
it seems a little bit more complex than other reds that I've had.
It
But I
seems like a
couldn't-
blend. No,
Do you think?
maybe not.
I mean, I don't know. You know way more about wine than I do.
Yeah, it's
You're
like
my
1% more, and Kelly knows 100% more.
About 90% of the time I drink wine, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't drink a lot
Okay,
of wine.
so what do you
on my own.
think about it?
Like-
do you like it? I would drink this for the night, is what I'm saying.
Like you.
Yes.
Like this is something I would
enjoying
pick,
that.
and I could drink it all night because it's not super sweet.
And I think it's pretty good, but can I have more just to make sure?
You may
No,
refill as much as needed.
But I would have no.
Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
All I was gonna say, no idea.
Oh my gosh, and I had a guess. Okay, my
Yeah.
guess is a Shiraz.
Interesting. Wrong, but interesting.
I thought maybe for a second that I had it right.
That would have been really amazing if you got 2 for 2.
I know. Okay, so if it's not a Shiraz, a Malbec.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know that.
This is
now I'm just naming
This
reds.
is a wait.
Yeah, go ahead, Bri. Red wine.
This is
That's what I thought. This is red wine.
a Burgundy.
It is not. So I chose this one, one because I had it at home.
It was in the cellar.
And
By that she means Spike Carter
It was in the-
Jensen's play areas.
It was
next
in the
to that.
expired.
Okay.
It was in the expired.
It's in a separate part of my basement where
okay.
the children do not play.
Oh, okay.
But I will be very honest. It was in a special spot in my wine area that is more for other people than what my husband and I like.
So what she said was gifts to give to other because these wines suck.
They don't suck.
But I like it.
suck.
So
They don't
I'm
suck
fine
at
with
all.
it. Okay.
However, they are not necessarily my personal preference.
Okay.
She was happy to clear the shelf space.
Yes, but I was really
Christmas, she
okay.
drank another.
Yes, thank you for helping me with that. But also, I was really excited because
Is it
the
a
more
Pinot Noir?
no, but the more I read
Good
about
guess.
this wine and did my
Homework.
research, my
Yeah.
homework,
Noir is
this
lighter.
is a wine that California cab lovers usually really like.
Okay,
and so
I
I
love
was
it.
like,
Is it a cab?
perfect because it is not.
California cat because I really like that.
It is not because I was like, that's what these guys like, and that's what they know.
Is it from
so
Argentina?
they're gonna love this.
No. Definitely
not.
from Spain.
It is from Spain.
Yes.
So this
Did you look at the bottle?
is
No, I didn't.
I haven't.
There's no
shown-
bottle.
I haven't even put the bottle out yet.
I know.
So this is
Tastes Spanish.
La Tremenda, which is the name of the bottle
Okay.
by Enrique Mendoza.
Oh,
it's a 2017, and the grape is Mourvedre or Monastrell.
Oh, Monastrell. Right.
So this is a bold, tannic, dry wine. And one of my notes was complex and deep with dark fruit. So when Brian said that, I was like, oh my gosh, he said it's very complex.
It is.
It is for me.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Thanks.
Well, I mean,
like, what's interesting...
I gave him some Boone's Farm and he called
Oh,
it
wait,
complex.
here, let me
so-
show you.
Don't
I'll show
choke on your cookie.
I'll show you the bottle.
Ooh, this is tremendous.
Oh, God.
That was
Tremenda.
amazing. So this grape, the Mourvedre grape or Monastrell, which is this one's specifically Monastrell, but it's what it says on the bottle. But essentially, it's the same thing. It's a good value wine. Like you can get this grape and this type of wine for under $20.
Nice.
Which means that it was a cheap thing to get off your shelf.
I don't know. I don't remember how much this particular
kidding.
one cost, but in general, they're good value.
I like
wines.
it. I think it's good.
So.
So Monastrell is the grape variety you're saying?
Correct, or
Okay.
Mourvedre. My
it says
Spanish
Monastrell
also.
here.
Yeah, so that's a grape, but it's kind of synonymous with Mourvedre. The grape. That's
The region.
it's Monastrell because of where it's grown.
The region.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
But
Side
Monastrell's
note.
not the region.
Watching Kelly
It's what
trying
the
to
grape is
explain
called
this
in
to
the
Brian.
region.
Oh, I'm sorry.
is
Okay.
Quite
It's what the grape is called in the region, and the region is oh gosh, my Spanish and German today. The Alicante, Spain. Did I say that right?
Yes.
But I think you have to use a little bit of French because this is aged for 6 months in French oak.
There you go.
You know, that's interesting because one thing, if Kelly had said, now knowing that I'm not her very sophisticated wine friend, but if you had said, like, what do you like and not like, I don't enjoy oaked wines. That's a generalization, but like sometimes I
That is a
had some
generalization.
oaked wine and it tasted, and now I think that
No,
they were
she won't.
charged, so they weren't like also.
No, you will always shoot down an oak aged wine. If
That
we're
is
out,
true.
If we're out to try wine,
Well,
you
if
will-
there's two,
Nope,
I'll be
you'll-
like, I don't want the one that's
you will never
oaked.
try it.
I don't like the oaked
Yep,
ones.
you'll never do it.
That is when you're talking about Chardonnays and like oaked versus unoaked, there is like distinct different. Like a white, oh gosh, no, now I'm checking myself. I'm
Yeah.
getting nervous.
That's
Check your notes.
Anyhow, this is
Check the
not, you
book.
know what? Here's the deal. This is not a Chardonnay episode, so I'm going to
That's
stay
fair.
away
Yeah.
from that.
It's fair. I'm
But
just saying in general,
you're right,
but I
there is a
really do
difference.
like this.
There's
I think
a
this
difference.
is very good.
So I thought I was excited about this because I
good.
don't think that
It's good. Good job, Cal.
I don't think Molly would go into the store and
No.
say, I would like a Mourvedre, please.
Okay, so
or,
is
I would
that
like
the
this
term?
Spanish wine.
Is it when we say I would like a Cab, I would like a Chard, I would like a Riesling, I would like a Mourvedre?
Well,
That's my question. Is it like...
the challenge is going to be, I always go back to region. So the interesting thing about this one specifically is not blended. It's
Oh, that's funny because one of my things I
What
said
it
was
is,
I thought
Monstrel.
maybe it was a blend, but then
this
I changed my mind.
varietal, this grape is normally in a blend. So you might
Oh.
see like a Syrah, Mourvedre, something blend.
Yeah. Side note, completely nothing to do with...
Wine.
That wine.
I mean, with
Or
that
wine
wine.
in general.
Brian, you know I'm a big fan of Bob's Burgers.
Yes.
And there's a
that is true.
few favorite episodes, okay, like really good episodes. And one of them, top 10, is something like the kids rob a train. And they go on this... Jim knows what I'm talking about, okay, because
He loves it.
If he listens to this, I don't even think he listened to our first one.
No, he
Shame.
does. He listens to him.
When I talked to him, you said he hadn't listened to it yet. Anyway,
Hadn't it just come out?
no. It was like 2 weeks ago.
He's busy.
Okay, so anyway, so it's the kids rob a train, and what happens is Bob and Linda go on this wine tasting train trip, and they're gonna like taste wines, right? Which you know Bob and Linda are like super sophisticated, right? Not so much. So they have these 3 kids that they brought along, and then the kids are trying to get all the chocolate off the train, which is kind of a moot point. But it's a really funny episode. I'm not going to ruin it, but the wine tasting part is really funny. So if you like Bob's Burgers and or wine, it's a really funny episode.
Watch that one.
Watch
Do you
that
know
one.
what it's called? The episode?
I think it's called The Kids Rob a Train. Something
That's
like
what
that.
she led with, I think.
That's what I led with, right?
So
I didn't know that was the title of the
Yeah,
episode, though.
they're really fun.
who knows?
I'm just going to say...
I've
yeah.
never seen Bob's Burgers.
You should start from season 1
Oh.
with the boys. It's really funny.
Possibly.
And it's not as crass as like Family Guy.
Will it get them off of Fortnite?
Yes. And it's really funny. And there's fart and butt jokes. So
Oh,
like
they love
they'll
that.
love
Yeah,
that.
they'll like
And
that.
it's
That's
but there's some adult humor too between Linda and Bob, and they're just it's my dream, honestly, to do Halloween with Bob's Burgers, but my children won't get on board. And then just Bob and Linda is stupid.
Why?
Because they're dumb. And they don't recognize... Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that about my
They're
kids.
not going to listen to this.
No, they won't listen to it.
Oh, I thought you said Bob and Linda were dumb.
Oh, no, my
No.
kids. Let's be clear. Bob and Linda are gems.
I knew what she meant.
Thank
They...
you.
I did.
They're not dumb. They just
I
don't
was
have
like,
an appreciation for family costuming. That's it.
Oh,
I know.
that's annoying.
What about your kids? Would they dress up like a Fortnite costumes? I
Oh,
guess.
probably.
Okay, but what if you wanted to do like... I don't know what your kids watch.
They used to do family costumes with us. They don't really watch anything. We watch Alone.
What is that?
I don't know if you know that show. We're more on the like bad reality train.
Yeah, okay.
With shows. So it's like people that go out into the wilderness
just
and
told
like
me about Alone.
basically they starve to death.
Yes.
Until they're the last ones
The
standing.
kids watch that?
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic.
Wow,
All the survival
okay.
skills and the things that
Okay.
you can learn, and it's just interesting.
Interesting.
To see.
Okay, you had your wine book. Were you going to talk about something else?
Well, I was. I mean, I could. Yes, I mean, we must read from
the Bible,
from
the wine Bible.
But
Otherwise,
I can't call it the Wine Bible because there's actually a book called The Wine
Stop
Bible,
it.
and this is Wine for Normal People by Elizabeth Schneider, who maybe sometime would listen to this and invite me on her show
Brian,
because
you
I
should
actually
tag
know
her.
nothing.
Tag her in your Instagram post.
No, maybe I just want to make sure that I'm trying the best that I can to reference her book and her work. Otherwise, we're going to have like copyright issues.
Yep,
We're gonna
no,
get shut down.
copyrighted 1998. Okay.
We're going to get
all
shut down.
No one's gonna
okay,
sue me.
so
What are they gonna get?
This
Cheese
is
and
from
crackers?
the Jumilla region.
Humia?
Jumilla.
Okay.
It's Spanish. So we were talking about Mourvedre and
Have you been to Spain,
Monstrel.
out of curiosity?
I haven't. It's
Okay.
on my list of
We should go.
places. But
Let's go to
Mourvedre
Frankenmuth and for
and
the Christmas
Spain.
stuff
We'll
in
just
Spain.
like stop in
Yep.
Frankenmuth and then fly to
Yep,
Spain.
you got it.
Perfect. Mourvedre is what it's called in France. Monastrell is, I mean, it's the same grape, just what it's called differently in different regions, is my understanding, my interpretation of this work.
Okay.
So it creates wines that are massively fruity, layered, high in alcohol, but still have a balance with earthy farmyard character, is what she says about this
So
variety.
I absolutely think that's a good description. Like, to me, this is very earthy, but good. Like, I don't think it's too sweet. I don't think it's too dry. I like it.
Would you buy this wine? Would you pay money for this wine to drink not on the podcast?
Yeah, I think I would. I think both of them I would go. 2 out of 2. Yes. Brian's pouring his third glass. Oh my, that's your third.
It is not. What these? They're
very
one. It's a
small.
They
little
are
glass.
tiny. It's like 2 fingers.
Come on,
It's
and
not
there's
really
not
like a. Okay.
And he's dehydrated. He's rehydrated.
Oh, that's right. He's rehydrating from when he. Right.
I went for like a 4-mile walk.
Yeah. So you mentioned the boys. I'm curious because I want to make sure we also hit on some holiday stuff. I'm curious about, like, what's your best holiday tradition with the boys?
Oh man.
Yeah, I know that was. Or Brian.
It's
growing
not
up.
a Christmas holiday.
Oh.
Tradition. Is that what I need to talk about? Then I need a minute to think.
I mean, is it like an Easter holiday? Because that's a different holiday. We could do an Easter, you know.
No.
I meant like when you're off break for 2 weeks with the kids. Like, what's your favorite thing to do with them?
Travel. Not be here.
Oh, okay. That's somewhere warm or like go sledding?
No, not. Usually someplace warm.
Okay.
I'm not a total Grinch, but I am one of the rare breeds that this is not my favorite time of year.
Really? Huh.
This is not a holiday.
It's not
I
the
like
most
it.
wonderful
It's
time.
fine.
Okay.
It's not my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Halloween.
I love Halloween.
100%.
I love it.
That's why when you said, what's your tradition? I was like, well, does it have to
What's
be
your
right
Halloween
now?
tradition then? I feel like we have to know.
Yeah, so we do a Halloween bike ride where we load up on our bikes and we ride the neighborhood and we look at all the Halloween decorations.
Fun!
And it's usually, I mean, it's cold, right?
Yeah.
And it snowed this year on Halloween. We do it before Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
But we ride all around and we look at everything. We stop, we take pictures, we ooh, we ah.
Okay. That's
Probably
really
what people
fun.
do, like, in their cars for Christmas lights.
Yeah.
But I just love Halloween.
I love it. I think that's
And I always
great.
have. So so that's like our tradition. We do it every year. And it's super fun. And the boys still love it. Like, they still come out with me. And it's not just me riding around oddly on my bike looking at people's
You probably have
Halloween
like
decorations.
3 more years. I'm just gonna
Probably.
say. And then they're going to be
know.
too cool for mom. But
I know.
I think that's amazing. Bri, what's your favorite? Do you have a holiday or like Christmas holiday tradition or different?
Well, I do, but I would actually get wrapped up into my off the beaten path.
Okay.
So-
Can you pick something else?
Sure. So let me think.
Second
of, like,
place?
another one.
Yeah.
So one would be we don't do it every year, but almost every year. But it's making like Christmas cookies, like the sugar cookies with buttercream frosting, and they're in little
Yeah.
the
like those.
Christmas ornament stuff. And so sometimes we'll make them here. Like, let me take that back. We used to make them here, and then we would like take them down to Kazoo.
Now the
over to
girls
Jen's
make it with Maki.
But now that the girls are older, my nieces, Gemma and Esme, we will sometimes just make that with them. And then another thing, now that they're a little older, is I will go down and like one of the days I'm down there, I just grab up those two and we'll go to Starbucks. And it's just like us to like get a Starbucks and then just complain about everyone else.
Well, that's
back
good.
to the
That's
house.
good. That's healthy.
Yeah, it's good for them to
Yeah, I think I like sledding. And it's
I
one
love
of the
sledding.
things that it takes.
But I've only sled like once in the last 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We should
'cause I
go
don't-
tubing this winter. I love
haven't
it.
sledding
I love
a long
sledding.
time.
Do you
But I'm
like it?
super good at it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
next
with it.
podcast on location from Canonsburg.
I love... Oh, they have that fun tubing thing.
They do.
I'll do anything outside.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, you are an outside girl.
We've talked
but-
3 years about trying snowboarding.
Oh,
and we have
Carter's
yet to
talking
do
about
that.
snowboarding again. He wants to get into snowboarding, and he's like, I'm just so good at snowboarding. I'm much better at that than skiing. I'm like, I love your confidence, buddy, but first of all, you've never been off the bunny hill, so let's temper
Let's
it a little
just take
bit.
it
And
down a
second of all,
notch.
like, you went like 2 years ago and haven't been since.
No,
so.
they remember it though.
They
my
do.
kids haven't been skiing in 3 years, and my boys are begging to go because they love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can just get them all together and shove
Yes.
them out on the bunny hill
Yep,
and like
good to go.
let them figure it out.
You got
because
it.
the last time I took them out, I took both of them because Steve doesn't ski anymore. He used to, and he used to be very good at it, but knee issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he doesn't anymore, and I just take the boys to
There you
like
go.
do something because they want to go. But I took them out to Cannonsburg, and they both were snowboarding, and I was on my skis because, as Brian said, like, we keep saying we're going to try to snowboard, but
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. We're not getting any younger, so we probably got to figure this out soon.
Oh, I am. I figured out a way to get younger.
Oh, perfect. Well, let's talk about that in a minute. So I take the boys out, and they are a disaster.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Carter's actually doing okay,
Mm-hmm.
but Jay is like, you know, he was 6 maybe, and he's out there, and he's so funny because he gets so frustrated. So he kept falling and couldn't get up, and then he was
It's
on
hard.
And here I
Snowboarding is
am.
hard.
I am crying laughing at this point, trying to pick him up. Like, he's pounding
my
it, like,
gosh.
so mad. I'm trying to manage 2 kids on the bunny hill who have no idea what
No.
they're doing. I can't help
Where
them.
was Steve?
Well, he doesn't ski or snowboard.
So he like wasn't there.
yeah, I just took them. I was like, yeah, I'll
that
take
was
you.
like super
Sure.
brave of you.
Oh my gosh, I was dying laughing, and people are probably like, this is the worst mom ever. She's laughing at her kids who are falling down crying. They were fine. They were totally safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they were just
sure.
frustrated.
Right.
I thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
We haven't been back since.
Okay. I do like sledding. I think that's my thing, and I don't enjoy getting all, you know, with
Bundled
the
up?
snow bundled up. Yeah, thank you. But once I'm out there with the kids, I will admit, and they love it. And it's one of the very few ways now that my kids are all teens. It's like, it's so hard to find things to do with them that I don't want to play Fortnite and they don't want to sit and watch Bob's Burgers. And they will do that sometimes, but like they want to do something, you know, outside. And so that's an easy way. I love it. I love the sledding.
Oh, that's fun.
I know it is fun.
Where do you go sledding?
So we have a really good hill in our backyard that is like very short. It's not like a real, you know, we do go to Valley View, which is the kids' elementary school that they used to go to. And there's a hill, but it's very icy. So it's very bumpy. I do not enjoy it. In our backyard, we have a couple good rows there, and we'll go head down it and laugh. And then the dog chases us, and it's like a very Christmassy memory that I really enjoy, and I'm looking forward to continuing that. But now, like, you know, depending on how they feel and whose friends can play with whom on Fortnite, they're, you know, yes or no interested. So I have to really, as
Just
a parent,
unplug the internet.
yeah, I know, turn
Just
off
say-
the Wi-Fi.
Just be like,
Change the password.
yeah, just be like, oh,
exactly.
Comcast called, it's out for a bit. Let's go sledding.
I will say that though, when they are forced to, we do enjoy outdoor activities. So we'll see.
I love that.
Yeah, it's good. So before we hit the off the beaten path, any thoughts? I think both these wines were a hit, Kel.
I
Good job.
consider that a success.
That is a success.
Especially since I was writing notes in the parking lot.
Real quick.
Just kidding. I did not.
Did you
I actually
feel a
did
lot of
prepare.
pressure since Mal kicked everything over to you?
Absolutely. But
Okay.
I commend her delegation
Thank you.
skills. She was
Thank
like,
you.
we're doing this, and by the way, you're bringing both wines.
I
was
said-
like, wait, are you bringing any? And she's like,
No.
no. Said, all right, task accepted.
Okay,
will
I
do
did
this.
the intro, the trivia, and you did the wines. I think this is fair.
I'm just saying, it was a really good
I thought it went great
Thank
as
you.
always.
delegation
So.
of tasks.
But
I
she
think-
just, as soon as we mentioned this, like we had lunch like after I was like, and then she's like, I'm just gonna have Kel bring the wines.
Yep.
And I'm like,
You're so good.
No, oh, well, thank you.
I mean, like, really.
I actually, at first I was like, wait, what the F? Molly kicking it over to me. And then I was
Right.
like, no, I get it. She's
And then you
busy.
respected it,
She's going to do
right?
the other stuff. And then I thought, no, you know what? You actually really enjoy this.
That's exactly
and
right.
I did. So I actually had fun with it. Like, I had fun.
Great.
Even though it was like,
so you guys
Let's
would think,
talk about
you
the
guys
timeline.
would, you
This
guys
wasn't
would
an
consider a
extended-
season 2 of a couple episodes?
Yeah, we should do a spring. We can do something nice and light, right? I don't know.
We
yeah.
can do an Easter one. We can try and get a bunny in here.
What?
I love bunnies. Can I hold the bunny the whole time?
Oh,
Yes.
like a heritage
No,
bunny,
like
or what
a
are they
real
called?
bunny.
Like, I know, like the big
like some
fluffy
type of
ones.
midget
Yeah.
bunny. Or if that's probably
You're
not
not
the right
allowed to
word.
say
That is
that.
not
Well,
allowed.
aren't they called? What are they called? those
Dwarf.
little ones?
Dwarf
Oh,
bunnies.
that's better?
It actually, that's the name of them. And so, like, I had a mini Rex. Mini maybe is a word.
Oh,
but,
mini.
like,
a mini.
I had a mini Rex. Rexes are like the softest bunny. And
You had a-
and oh yeah, and I senior
I meant
year.
to say mini. No.
Hang on, pause before we hit off the beaten path here. I had a rabbit. I grew up with rabbits. Just like my mom really liked them, and many of them just either keeled over or were chased by the dogs or got lost or ran away. Like, we went through a lot of rabbits.
There's a lot of fricassee.
Hindsight, what? What'd you say? A lot of what?
Fricassee.
Okay. So anyway, when I was in college, my senior year, I was like, I'm going to get a rabbit. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want and get a pet. I wanted a rabbit. And I got the sweetest mini Rex. And her name was Vegas. And I never could figure out if it was a boy or a girl. Like, there's a lot of hair going on, you know.
H-A-R-E or H-A-I?
Can we just say it was a hairy hair? Okay. That was really funny, Bri. Good. So anyway, I got him, and then I refer to he, him, they. I guess
I got it.
They, right? Okay. No, it's rude. You have to go with they. They,
okay.
them. Yeah.
You got.
So I got them.
It's a rabbit.
You just don't need to be disrespectful. So I got them my senior year, and then I met my husband, and then the rabbit was like 4, and then he moved to Michigan or to Kansas where I lived. And I had this rabbit still, and then we got married, and now the rabbit's like 5 or 6, and then it got cataracts. And so we had to take it to the vet and say, like, hey, something's wrong with this rabbit's eyes. And then the vet was like, oh, yeah, it's fine. They don't really need to see because they can smell and hear. They don't really need to see. It's like it's not their first sense, we'll say. Okay. So Nathan was like, hey, out of curiosity, because this rabbit's like 5 or 6 now, like, how long do rabbits live? Actually, maybe by then it was even longer, because the guy was like, yeah, they're not supposed to last this long. And then the rabbit lived another 5 years. So Vegas was like 10.
What?
Yeah, I had like a 10-year-old rabbit, and he was the sweetest boy. He was so sweet. I'm sorry to die.
Sweetest they.
Sweetest they.
But he ended up getting a little monocle because of the... He
had 2 monocles. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. Those are just glasses. Okay.
2 monocles of glasses.
2 monocles. So anyway, yes, if we could have a rabbit here for the Easter session, I would be very supportive of that, is what I'm saying.
Rabbit is one of my favorite foods.
Kelly, stop it! No.
All I could think was like Nate going, hey, how much longer does Vegas have? Because I've got this ragu recipe I want to try.
I can't be friends with Kelly anymore.
I know. I do love rabbit.
They're not tasty. They're sweet.
Okay, if anyone's rabbit is very good. Probably not a mini Rex or a pet rabbit.
No, it's not enough meat.
But like,
I'm really upset now.
A regular rabbit. People eat rabbit all the time.
No, they don't. That's my thing.
I love rabbit.
Okay, you have to stop saying that.
This is like a new thing. I didn't know this was a thing.
This might be a divide.
It's just a thing that popped up.
This is where it ends.
So
okay.
Let's
not do
put a
pin in this. Let's put a pin in this.
Let's not do the Easter episode.
Okay, no Easter episode.
No.
Change your plans.
I would eat chicken. Does that make me a hypocrite? Little chicks, they're cute too.
Yeah. What if I was like, I love chickens?
No, I like chicken too.
They're adorable
and tasty. I will get that. Okay.
Anyhow.
All right.
Don't watch Alone then, because they eat a lot of rabbit.
Watch what? Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, but that's for survival. I can get behind the survival. You do it for fun.
I do.
You're like, look at that cute rabbit. I wish I could eat it.
Don't knock it.
Now I'm glad that she didn't come over and I didn't know Kelly when I had a rabbit. She would have eaten it.
No,
not in front of you.
Okay. Just after,
Yeah. All right.
What are you going to do with that?
We could probably...
Vegas ran away.
Yeah, where did Vegas go?
Try this stew.
Never.
Okay.
Oh, that's so dark. Okay.
We're going to have to move on because this is a light holiday episode.
Oh, it is.
And we're going to have to reevaluate our friendship now, Kel.
No, okay. Guys are friends.
We'll talk about that after. That'll be episode 3.
The next one, digesting Molly and Kelly's friendship over commonalities that we eat. Okay, so let's hit the off the beaten path because the 3 of us we know could sit here for hours, but the listeners are probably...
No, they love it. It's great. It's the holiday episode.
It's the holiday, okay.
We told them it was going to be a 3-hour special.
That is true, so we're still doing good.
I'm hoping it comes out around the holidays. That's the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right. Brian, as our guest...
You want me to go first?
Our first repeat guest... Like, that's a pretty big deal.
Or are we the repeat guest? I don't know.
No, you guys are the host.
We're the host, so he's our
and I'm sort of like
first guest.
Or the permanent guest. It's however we want to phrase it.
Yeah, well, what if... Kelly, let me ask you this. Like,
you're the only guest.
What if we wanted to try a different guest? Do you think that would be rude? Hey, Jim, when do you come back to town? All right, Hit us with your off the beaten path.
Okay,
We did
right.
I'm
request.
going to say hit us with your number, Jim.
Hit us with your number, Jim.
Text.
Jim, text me. You have my number. I've texted you before. Okay.
And I sent it to him again today,
All right.
just in case there had to be.
Okay,
an event,
Brian,
so.
what is your off the beaten path?
Okay.
I would request that it is holiday related.
It is totally holiday
Okay,
related. It is a movie.
Okay.
And I'll talk about how it sort of became a tradition. But what the movie is, I am sure you are familiar with A Christmas Carol, right? So there are numerous versions of A Christmas Carol, both original motion pictures, TV, The Muppets,
Yeah, that's a good version.
Scrooged.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of different versions. My all-time absolute favorite is from 1951. It came out in England as Scrooge.
Okay.
It was released in the U.S. that November as A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
And it is with Alastair Sims. And he is this kind of tall, lanky actor that, in my opinion, best embodies Scrooge. So not only the awful grumpiness, bah humbug of Scrooge that you get early
Which is
on.
required.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I have to say, even though I grew up Catholic, like for me, I think A Christmas Carol best embodies like Christmas to me. And what I mean by that is like it is a person who is focused on the wrong things in life, came to the realization that it's really people and relationships and caring about others. That is what you should focus on.
That's nice.
And
It is. It's good. I wasn't being sarcastic. It sounded a little...
I know it sounds a little schmaltzy, but like for me, like, and I think that's why like this movie has always meant so much to me, because it is when he wakes up on Christmas morning, and it is that what do you want to call it? His evolution, his change of heart. Like it is. He does such an amazing job with it. Like it is just my all-time favorite. It's in black and white. You can. Right now, you can actually get it on like Amazon Prime renting for like 0 cents. So it's sort of like free. You can get it on.
I mean, it is free.
It is free.
Yeah, normally it's like 49
Well,
cents.
I guess
don't
you're
know. I looked it
paying
up.
for Prime,
I
right?
guess.
Oh, I
yeah,
see,
I guess
I
if you
see.
have Prime.
Okay.
There's something called Plex where you can watch
I've
it.
heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything.
And
then-
is it, what's it called?
And it's called A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, but it's the one with-
1951 with Alastair Sims, and I have the DVD of it.
Okay.
So, in terms
Do you,
of
have, you still have a DVD player?
I don't have a DVD
I do
player.
have a DVD player, yes. But
I don't have that.
But
I think
when
I
we
have it in my
were
car.
Yeah.
kids, we had a VHS, and then as we got older, we got a DVD. So, but when we were kids, we had the VHS tape of it, and like as we got a little bit older, almost every Christmas Eve, me and my sisters would watch A Christmas Carol every Christmas Eve.
Nice. With
before
this one, this version.
this
though.
specific one.
Okay.
Yes.
So Lori and
Lori
Amy
and
will know,
Amy.
and Maki will know like what you're.
Oh,
talking
they know,
about.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure, because we haven't watched it as much like in the past couple of years because we try to do more.
Yeah. Okay.
Just movies that would appeal to like
Sure.
all of us when we're all home, but like I still watch it like every year. Like I love it, and so that would be my selection
Okay. For off.
Off the Beaten Path today.
That's good. I'll have to watch that one. I haven't watched that. I've watched
great.
quite a few Christmas carols, but not
It's the best one
The one
in
from
my opinion.
1951.
not that one.
With
Okay.
Alastair Sims. Yes, it's
Right.
real good.
Okay, that's good. Cal, you want to go? Or
Yeah, this will take 20 seconds.
yeah, I have a fast one too.
It's laughing at her boys trying to snowboard.
No, we already heard that.
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, the holiday. We do, okay, here's my one, I don't know, maybe it's not even off the beaten path, but it kind of is linked to our first wine.
Okay.
It's a German tradition. The pickle on the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah.
So
So explain this because no, explain it.
So there is a German tradition where you have a pickle ornament that you hide and hang on your Christmas tree. And the idea
Do you
is
disguise it so people don't
Like with
the
a
pickle?
mustache?
Yes.
yeah, like with the mustache. No, you hang it amongst the other
The ornaments.
Okay.
And the idea is that the first person to find the pickle ornament, there's a special gift for that person. So I don't actually know all of the history
the tree
of it.
gets decorated and then you're like, go find the pickle, or is it like the
No,
tree's
it's
been
just-
decorated and as time goes on, someone's like, there's the pickle.
That's just kind of what we do.
Okay.
There's also no special gift at our house,
Oh, okay.
but just the idea that
the bragging
there.
rights that you,
It
like,
is kind of
found.
the bragging.
I think it'd be funny if
So-
you gave the winner a jar of pickles.
That would be a good idea.
That would be
So I've also played a game called Hide the Pickle, but it was very different.
In a very different setting.
It was not the same thing, right?
So that was probably like our, I don't know.
Do the boys get into this?
Well, no, not really. Until this year, when Jensen got really interested in, like, what is this ornament and why do we have it? But he's 8, like, so he's just kind of, like, understand.
Like, why is there a pickle on the tree?
So I said, hey, and he goes, why is the tag on there? And I said, well, because the tag tells the story of why
we
the
have
pickle's
a pickle
on the tree.
Okay.
And so I said, why don't you read it? Because I'm encouraging his learning.
Okay.
So he read it. He read the thing,
mom.
right? And he was like, oh, so what's the special gift? And then I was like, well, shit, I don't have a gift.
It's the
But
gift
good
of
for you, buddy.
presents.
You
So
found
Kelly
it.
was like, here's a bottle of wine. It's off.
I know. It's
I'm clearing shelf space.
It's
So,
exactly.
It's really interesting. It's like our one maybe little thing. And we didn't even actually get it for any German reason. Or it was gifted to me because to a different group of friends, more family friends, my nickname is Pickle.
Is
that's
it?
why I got it.
Did you know that, Bryce?
Yes, I know.
Oh.
And that's why I got this ornament, but then I read the history behind it, and then it kind of evolved into this thing.
Okay, can we pause? Why is your nickname Pickle?
That's like an episode for another day.
Okay, we'll save that. I will just say, like...
It's not about hiding a pickle or anything like that.
Okay.
It was called finding the pickle.
No, I'm just curious,
Or
and I'm
fi-
curious because we call Nathan's sister Pickle, but her name is Nicole. Nicole, Nikki, Nickel, Pickle, and it evolved to just Pickle. But, like, your
you
name
just
is
got something that you can
Kelly.
rhyme.
I would have to
basically.
really think about... I have to really think about how that evolved. But
All
there
right.
is a time and a group of people, some family included, that was a nickname.
All right, this is... Definitely, we're going to put a pin in that with the rabbits and talk about it later because I want to know.
Is it
Or
like,
is anyone taking
is
notes for like the next? This
Yeah.
is like an unpacking Kelly episode.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll
That's
need
good.
like a therapist. To
I
do
like
that.
it.
Didn't Steve have like an old Instagram account and it was like Steve-O and Pickle? Or
It was
something?
we did. Okay, oh
was
gosh,
about
that
wine,
actually
right?
relates back to this. Yes,
Yeah.
at one point, Steve and I started an Instagram page called Stove and Pickle.
Yeah, that was it.
Because his nickname is Stove from
They swapped one letter.
but
Steve-O.
if you know the movie Bridesmaids,
Steve Stove.
Right, but Steve-O is not his name. You said they swapped letters, which would be the
I
O
said
and
they
the E.
no. I said they swapped one letter.
one letter.
So instead of Steve, it was
I
Stove.
get
There
it,
we go.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, but do you guys know the movie Bridesmaids?
Yes.
Okay, where she's in for Kristen Wiig, her character's in first class.
Yes.
And she's talking to the flight attendant. His name is Steve, and she's like, she calls him Stove.
Okay.
Okay, that's where it came from.
Okay. I don't remember that part, but it sounds really funny.
It's actually hilarious if you go back and watch it, because that whole segment where she is,
I love Kristen Wiig
like,
too.
you know,
she's
took
like out of
the
her
sleepy
mind.
medicine and had a
Yes.
cocktail and is out of her mind on that
Yes.
plane is
Yes.
hilarious.
Okay.
So anyhow, that's where it comes from. But
I
the
love
pickle
it.
story is like
Okay, all right.
for a different day.
But that's still fun. That's like what a fun tradition because I've heard of that, but we have not yet. We haven't implemented that, and so it's fun that your kids have.
Yeah.
And I love anytime that you can be like, "Why don't you read about it? Let's read, buddy. Let's learn."
Let's learn.
Okay, so mine is a song, and although
Do I get to guess?
Oh, I thought you were like gonna pause.
So
it. Sorry, we ran
let
out
me.
of time.
I
know.
ran out of time. Yeah. So I think there is what I would say is probably my happiest Christmas song, and then my favorite. And Brian probably knows both of them.
Wait, and your happiest isn't your favorite?
It's not. It's not. Isn't that weird? Okay, so what's my happiest favorite song?
Oh, wait. Oh, your happiest is the hippopotamus.
Yes,
song.
the hippopotamus.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
I know that one.
stems from my mother and
Okay.
growing up in Christmas, and that was like one of our favorite. And that episode of Dr. Demento's cassette tape, double-sided, like listen to that on repeat growing up. So like all those episodes. So the hippopotamus song is, I could sing it in karaoke every word and do a very good job. But my actual true love favorite Christmas song, it's by Alan Jackson, and it's called "Let It Be Christmas," which you probably, Brian, could have guessed right because I've made you play it in your car.
I feel like it's like gonna pop
You made
on
me
magically.
download it.
Like it's
It
gonna start
might.
playing.
Yeah, what'd you say?
It's like the
I'll get
outro.
sued.
It's like
Yeah,
oh,
that's the copyright issue.
Well,
We're
get
already
sued.
having copyright issues
That's
with
true.
the book, so please reference that again.
That's true. Yes.
We're referencing the book that I
Referencing
use.
the book.
No,
we are not
reference it.
stealing
I just
it.
can't like play a copyrighted
Right.
song.
Get your
on the show.
AMA.
Right,
What's
I don't
the
like
thing
that.
we had to reference in like college when we wrote papers? We had
Yes.
that damn manual.
Yes,
It
it's
was
like
the
APA,
standards,
AMA.
APA. AMA.
It's all it is. It's all
APA.
this. Okay, so my
Is that a
favorite
thing that came out
song.
after I got out of college? Like, what are you talking about?
Probably. It's like
How you
citing.
cite things.
It's citing.
Oh, it's just like footnotes.
Yes. So anyway, can we get back to my holiday
Yes.
spirit? Okay, so
I already forgot the name of the song. Can you remind me?
Let
Yeah,
It Be
Let It Be
Christmas
Christmas.
by Alan Jackson. He is a country singer, so maybe not your jam, but it
She's
is-
pointing at me.
I am, but because Brian's heard it before.
Brian's wearing a
good.
plaid shirt. He's a country fan.
That's true.
One,
And
I'm not, but two, I had to download it for her. So I
Yeah.
can play it around Christmas. It's on my phone.
I like it. And
Wait, so you can play it like when she's around? She doesn't have her own
Yes.
phone with
She
the
has.
download?
I have a Christmas song playlist, and both of her songs are on the playlist.
yeah, but I also have to
mean,
listen
so
to
if
Little
we,
Drummer
like-
Boy, which I hate, and is Brian's favorite Christmas song.
It's not my favorite, but it's like
It's up there.
that's not my
Rum
favorite song.
pum pum. Ugh. Anyway,
It's from
okay.
when I was a kid, and they thought it was cute because I would
know.
cry.
Wait, why would you cry?
I don't know, because I felt bad for the drummer boy or something. I don't remember. Like, there was a story, like,
Okay.
family tradition. I don't remember.
Okay.
But that has nothing to... Anyhow, tell about the
Are
song.
you sure you want to hear about it?
Oh, I know all about it, but
Okay,
tell.
Kelly.
Okay,
my
and
favorite.
everyone else that's
I know,
listening.
and 4 listeners. Maki, here's my favorite Christmas song. Maki and Jim. I feel like those are only 2 listeners for this one. So yes, I like "Let It Be Christmas," and it's just the sweetest song that really reminds me. And I'm not super religious anymore, but I love the spirit of Christmas that brings people together, and just hope and joy and peace are like some of the words that are in that. So when I listen to it, it is like very filling for my soul. And so I really, really love that song. That's it. That's my off the
I love
beaten
that.
path. Yeah,
That's a good one.
It is. It's great. So now if you all, go listen to that, watch the Christmas Carol, and
Let It Be Christmas.
and buy a
And hide a pickle.
Let It Be Christmas.
And hide a pickle.
Right.
Any way you think of that.
Any way that you feel appropriate, yes, with consent, yes. So hide a pickle with consent. All right, so with that, we have hit 2 wines. We have hit all of the holiday topics. We had a wide variety of cheeses and chocolate chip cookies that were homemade and delicious.
And you guys are pretty good, so I'll give you the dough after the show.
Yes. The dough.
That's what I'm here for.
We're all
I know.
big fans of
I know that's how we lured you
the
in.
cookie dough. So, so I think with that, we are going to wrap up the season 1.
Season 1, episode 2 of Toe
Sorry.
Squished Grapes. But season 1 of Botanical Trails that you guys kind of fold under because it makes it easier
So
financially.
will there, right, exactly. Will there, on us, really, easier financially on us.
Well, easier financially on me because I don't have to spawn off another podcast.
Right.
Yes.
So will there be a season 2? Listeners want to know.
Yes, we have to have a season 2. Not only is there some listener demand, but we haven't finished the Rhine River Chronicles,
Okay.
which I was planning to do. We've only recorded 1 episode of that. Due to scheduling issues, we haven't. So the goal will be probably early 2024. We will finish up the Rhine River Chronicles. I don't know for sure that it'll be the first episode because I just realized something that I may have to do as the first episode. But anyhow, we are planning to have a season 2 of Botanical Trails. I have an idea that I want to see if it works out, but we'll see. I'm not
And
going
we
to go into
might
detail
have
on that.
a
And we're
rabbit tasting dish for Easter. We will see.
I don't think
Bonnie's a
we're
great
doing
dish for Easter.
that. Kelly, is it true what you've told me before? The cuter it is, the better it tastes. Is that true?
I think so.
Okay. I'm
We
just kidding.
kid.
We get, no, those are goats.
No, but I do want to thank all the
Goat is a
listeners.
Christmas dish.
Oh.
Sorry, Bri.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good.
Outro.
No, go ahead.
Do it.
No, I was just going
Close it
to...
out.
Season
No,
finale.
I was just going to thank everyone
Right.
for listening to season 1. We are planning to have season 2. We are tentatively planning to have also additional episodes of Toe Squished Grapes.
All right.
If we get invited back.
No, you are invited back. You have
Okay.
your own logo now.
We do?
You've seen it.
I have.
Have I?
I
Oh
don't
my
feel
god,
like I
you
have.
two are the worst. When I texted you and I have a surprise.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember either.
Oh,
But
you guys.
in
Retext.
conclusion,
Anyhow, it will be on the Instagram for this episode.
Yes.
wait, did Ezzy do it for
yes,
us?
she's
Okay, we'll
my
look at
little
it.
artist.
We'll look at it. Okay.
We
I'll have to
just-
look at it.
You probably sent it after we had a bottle of wine.
That's
and then now
actually
we've
probably
forgotten.
true.
I did send it
So-
on like a Saturday night, but I thought it was
that's
so.
the worst
you
time to
two
send me something.
both were like, "I love it." I thought you would remember it.
But we were drunk when we said that.
All right, this might be the end of Botanical Trails after this. I'm not sure. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, thank you everyone, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2024.
And happy holidays,
Happy
whichever
holidays.
holiday it is.
Yes. Ciao.
Thanks for joining us. Feel free to subscribe to us on whichever platform you listen to your podcasts. Also, I want to take a quick minute to thank Darin VanderMolen for all of his help behind the scenes. Without him, this podcast probably wouldn't even exist, and his help is greatly appreciated. Hope you have a great week, and we will look forward to seeing you the next time we go down the botanical trails. This has been a Shits and Giggles production.